We begin with Hamas on the clock to release the hostages. Jeff Paul live with the very latest. Jeff, good evening.
Good evening, Trace. And yeah, with the ceasefire now in effect, the clock is ticking on Hamas to release the remaining hostages within that 72-hour window. In exchange, Israeli troops have now pulled back to the agreed line in Gaza as part of the first phase of the agreement to end the war. Now, the IDF soldier withdrawal is now allowing tens of thousands of Palestinians to head back towards Gaza City. Huge columns of people could be seen moving north through the ruins of the war-torn Gaza territory along the Mediterranean coast. Many buildings and homes have been flattened, and those who have been displaced, often many times before, likely don't have much of anything to return to.
Our house was demolished. We left without a mattress or a pillow or anything. My daughter was martyred and my husband and son were wounded. Now we are going to see if we have a place. We have no shelter.
Increased shipments of aid into Gaza are reported to start on Sunday. Israel, meantime, is also expected to soon release roughly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners for the hostages held in Gaza, 20 of whom are believed to still be alive. Israelis gathered at Hostage Square in Tel Aviv, and they remain very cautiously optimistic.
We're waiting, hopefully, crossing our fingers for the moment that we see all of our loved ones back in Israel, and hopefully for this war to end and for better days.
The next phases of the peace plan are where things could get even more tense. That's when it'll be decided who exactly will govern Gaza and if it means Hamas will disarm. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says if this is achieved the easy way, so be it. Trace, he says if it's not done that way, it will be done the hard way.
As you know, Jeff, going to be a very anxious weekend in Israel, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jeff, thank you. Let's bring in former acting special envoy for hostage negotiations, Hugh Dugan, and Stakelbeck Tonight host Erick Stakelbeck. Thank you both for coming on. President Trump had this to say about the hostages. Watch.
It's a great deal for Israel, but it's a great deal for everybody, for Arabs, for Muslims, for everybody, for the world. And as you know, on Monday, the hostages come back. They're getting them now.
And Hugh Dugan, to you first, because it's a major moment, because we all know when the hostages are back that Hamas is left with zero leverage.
Well, not exactly. They've been holding the Palestinian people hostage for decades. Let's not forget that they have very little regard for human life unless that human life can serve as their own life insurance policy.
Yeah, I mean, it's the concept, though, Hugh, that when you think if they want to stay in this, they're out of allies. And as far as Israel goes, they are a little bit out of leverage. Fair?
Well, as long as they've got one hostage, that's leverage. But apparently they still have backers in Iran or elsewhere because they've been able to sustain their onslaught and the abuse of the Palestinian people apart from the hostages themselves.
Yeah. Meantime, you had General Jack Keane talking about phase 2 of this ceasefire. Watch.
If that goes smoothly and there's no obstacles, we go to phase 2. And then that's where the tough work is. Because in phase 2, then Hamas is supposed to disarm. Has Hamas been deceiving us? And in their own minds, they're really not going to give up their weapons. And it'll take a couple of weeks to truly figure that out.
I mean, I think it goes without saying, Eric, that Hamas is deceiving everyone. The big question is, will Hamas disarm?
Yeah, I mean, phase 2, Trace, is where it gets really interesting because, again, it requires Hamas to lay down its arms and essentially surrender. I think at the end of the day, Trace, Hamas has signed its own death warrant here. Look, if they don't disarm, President Trump has given Israel the complete green light to go in to finish the job. But if Hamas does disarm, basically Hamas ceases to exist as the terror force it was. Their leadership, their remaining leadership that hasn't been eliminated, is probably exiled from Gaza. So I think we're seeing the demise of Hamas. But Hugh made a good point about Iran. The Iranian regime, I think, by extension, Trace, is also weakened here. They're the head of the snake, and now Iran is essentially losing Gaza with the demise of Hamas. So this has ripple effects far beyond Gaza.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is, Hugh, when you look at the hostages, from the very beginning, when you look at all of these hostages, they were not just from Israel, not just from the United States. They came from all over the world, and I'm wondering, what do you think about the fact that there wasn't a lot more world pressure put on Hamas?
Exactly. There were over 20 nationalities represented, and it would have been the UN's role at that point to coalesce those groups and offer them a chance to exert pressure together on the world stage. And unfortunately, the UN's been missing in action. Thankfully, the president is now going to lead a 200-troop multinational force when UN peacekeeping seems to be asleep.
Yeah, Hugh talks about the UN. Danny Danon, the Israeli ambassador to the UN, Erick Stakelbeck, says that no one in Israel will sleep this weekend. Listen to him.
I think this weekend, no one will sleep in Israel. People will be tensed. You see now it's night in Israel. People will go to the square, will be there together with the families, and wait to see them. Also, we don't know the condition of the hostages. Some of them are in a very crucial medical condition. So imagine the families not knowing exactly what they should expect when their loved ones will come home.
What they can expect, because nobody trusts Hamas, Eric.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan used to say about the Soviet Union, Trace, trust but verify. When it comes to Hamas and Islamic jihadis, don't trust but verify. God willing, they'll come home in condition where, look, they're not completely at death's door, quite frankly. We saw the footage a few weeks ago of Israeli hostages held in those tunnels, but big credit to President Trump here, Trace. Look, peace through strength, once again, it always works. President Trump, common sense, uses leverage, projects strength, demands respect, and look at the results. He's got all the leverage in the world, and he's not afraid to use it. Makes all the difference.
Hugh, I've got a few seconds for you if you have any final thoughts on this.
Well, the president inherited a truck deep in the mud, and he pulled it out before it became quicksand. I think if he can chalk this up as another world-changing resolution of a conflict this year, maybe the 8th one, then the Nobel brand kind of comes up short.
Yeah, it really does. Hugh Dugan, Erick Stakelbeck, gentlemen, thank you both.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.